Have you ever paused to consider the immense pressure teachers face in our society today? The daily grind of shaping young minds often overshadows the hidden struggles that educators endure. High expectations, grueling hours, student discipline issues, and most distressingly, harassment from parents, are just a few examples. Let's take an extreme case, the high-pressure education system in South Korea, where these pressures have led to a tragic consequence: the suspected suicide of a teacher. This tragic event has ignited a beacon of protest, shaking the nation's education system to its core. This tragic loss was the catalyst for an unprecedented wave of protests across South Korea. A teacher's suspected suicide, blamed on the burden of the country's high-pressure education system, ignited a firestorm of dissent. The initial shockwaves were felt as hundreds of thousands of educators took to the streets, their cries for legal reform and greater protection echoing through city squares. The movement gathered momentum, culminating in a nationwide teachers' strike. An estimated 50,000 teachers ceased work, a solemn tribute to their fallen colleague. The core of their grievances lay in a controversial child abuse law introduced in 2014, which many educators believe has led to increased pressure and fear of retribution. This law, they argue, has had a detrimental effect on their mental health, with government data revealing the heartbreaking statistic that 100 public school teachers took their own lives from January 2018 to June 2023. These protests have brought to light the critical mental health issues plaguing not just South Korea's educators, but its entire education system. But where do we go from here? How can we turn this tide of despair into a catalyst for change? As we grapple with these questions, it's important to acknowledge the steps already being taken. The South Korean government, recognizing the urgency of the situation, has proposed establishing a consultation body to address these pressing issues. Even President Yoon Suk-yeol has lent his voice to the chorus, expressing his support for the teachers' demands. Yet for the hundreds of thousands of teachers who took to the streets, these measures are just the beginning. They are calling for something more profound: an amendment to the controversial child abuse law, a law that many believe has added to the unbearable pressure on educators. We cannot ignore this call to action. It's a call that echoes in classrooms across the world. It's a call that challenges us to rethink our education systems, to prioritize the mental health and well-being of those who shape our future generations. Stand with educators, advocate for their rights, their well-being, their dignity, because every teacher's struggle is a struggle for our society's future.